When you have a lot going on, it's easy to get distracted by everything that you have to do. You can look at your to-do list and see all of those things, and sometimes that can feel overwhelming, but you do realize you can't do the entire list all at once, can you? Hi, I'm Thor Chalgren. Welcome to Every Day a New Thought. Today, I want to talk about doing one thing at a time. Of course, this makes sense, and this is always good advice for those of us that have lots of things going on. We can see our entire to-do list, and we can suddenly feel overwhelmed that somehow I have to do everything on my list all at once, or at least it can feel that way. But we obviously can't do everything all at once. But I'm recently reminded of the power of doing one thing at a time by a new podcast that I'm listening to. It's by this guy named Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might have heard of him. He's accomplished a few things in his life. He was a champion bodybuilder, huge movie star, governor of California, successful businessman. And this new venture that he started, it's a daily newsletter, Monday through Friday, and also a podcast called Arnold's Pump Club. It's filled with motivational information, techniques on fitness, on sleep, on how to be happier and get more done in your life. Each episode is about less than 10 minutes long, so it's an easy thing to listen to. But I was listening to this episode, and in that, Arnold talks about his own goal process. And he talks about being very list focused. And he says that he only focuses on one thing at a time. And there may be all these other things that are on his list, but he focuses on that one thing and puts everything else aside until he's checked it off. And I love that idea of thinking about what you have to do as a list that you check off. And obviously, this is something that has been around forever, but the idea of focusing on that one and don't do anything else until you finish that one, I love the power that can bring to us. And he also talks about when you're setting goals for the things that you want on your list is make them easy to achieve. Again, you're probably more likely to do things if you are able to do them on a consistent basis. If you make a giant goal and then you do it for 2 days and then stop, that's not worthwhile. But if you make something easy to achieve and then you do it every single day, you're more likely to do it. So a couple great reminders for me in this lesson and what I listened to and got from the episode with Arnold's Pump Club. Number one, be clear about your list. He talks about the power of having 3 things on your list, and those are the things that you have to do. Number two, do one thing at a time and just focus on that. When you're done with it, check it off and then move on. And finally, consistency in small things is important, and it's more valuable than being inconsistent in big things. That's the episode for this week. If you like the show, please hit like if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, please subscribe or follow the show on your favorite podcast app. Until tomorrow, thanks for watching.